On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram. He said, "I give this land to your offspring from the river of Egypt to the great river Euphrates." Genesis chapter 15 verse 18. The Israelites were enslaved by the Egyptians for generations until Moses led them out of Egypt. This event represents their liberation and marks the beginning of their journey to the Promised Land. Near the beginning of the Israelites' journey, they faced an attack from the Amalekites. The battle fought just after the crossing of the Red Sea showcased the importance of God's support and Moses' role as a leader. The Israelites sought to pass through Edom's territory on their way to Canaan, but they were denied passage. This encounter highlights the importance of boundaries and the Israelites' realization that not everyone will welcome them. It also symbolizes the tension between the descendants of Esau, Edom, and Jacob, Israel, in biblical times. The Israelites stayed in the plains of Moab for a significant period. The Moabite king, Balak, became afraid of them and sought the prophet Balaam to curse them. God intervened, and instead, Balaam blessed the Israelites. This event reinforced the Israelites' faith in God's protection and demonstrated that their journey was part of a divine plan. The Israelites faced a moral challenge when they became entangled with the Midianite people. They led the Israelites into idolatry and immorality, prompting God's anger. It was through the actions of Phinehas, who zealously defended the worship of God, that the Israelites were re-established as a holy nation. The Philistines were seafaring people who settled along the coast of Canaan. The Philistines represent the constant threat of invasion. The Kenites were known for their close ties to the Israelites, particularly the tribe of Judah. Their name is also associated with Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses. They were esteemed for their loyalty and wisdom. They were also entrusted with various important duties, such as the protection of the Ark of the Covenant. The Kenites were seen as representing a supportive and symbiotic relationship with the ancient Israelites, as well as embodying traits of loyalty, skill, and wisdom. After Joshua became leader, the new generation of Israel entered the new land of Canaan, as the Lord promised. When the Lord your God brings you into the land you are entering to possess and drives out before you many nations, the Hittites, Girgashites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, 7 nations larger and stronger than you, and when the Lord your God has delivered them over to you and you have defeated them, then you must destroy them. Make no treaty with them. Doi. 7-1-3. The Hittites were a powerful empire with a well-organized society. They were giants who brought discouragement to others. The Girgashites, meaning one who returns from a pilgrimage. Therefore, they are people who go back and are earthly. They build their houses using clay. The Amorites had high self-esteem and were proud. The Amorite king, Sihon, and his people refused the Israelites' request to pass through their territory peacefully. The Israelites defeated them in battle, leading to the conquest of the lands east of the Jordan River. This victory established the Israelites' military prowess and boosted their confidence for future battles in Canaan. The Canaanites are merchants who humiliate. They were financial giants. The Canaanites were motivated by greed and lust for the accumulation of earthly and material wealth. The Perizzites were people who had separated themselves and lived in unprotected villages without walls. They had no restrictions. The Hivites lived a very luxurious life. The Jebusites were people who exploited and polluted others through immoral activities. They were known for their strong fortifications and resistance to outside forces. The Jebusites represent the challenges and obstacles that the Israelites had to overcome to conquer Jerusalem and make it their own. Lessons learned. When they faced challenges and obstacles, they had to rely on God to provide for their needs. This lesson applied to both physical necessities, like food and water, as well as spiritual guidance. Whenever they strayed from God's commandments, they faced consequences such as defeat in battles or punishment from God. They realized that division and internal conflict weakened them and made it easier for their enemies to conquer them. When they encountered cultures that worshipped idols, they were tempted to stray from their faith in God. These encounters taught them the importance of staying faithful to God and not succumbing to the allure of false gods. They saw how God guided them, fought their battles, and always provided a way out of their difficulties. This lesson instilled in them a deep trust and faith in God's faithfulness. Their journey was filled with hardships and trials. They experienced delays, setbacks, and adversity. These challenges taught them the virtues of perseverance and patience. They learned that sometimes God's timing is different from human expectations, and they needed to trust His plan and persevere despite the difficulties. The Israelites often struggled with fear and doubt, which hindered their progress and caused them to miss out on God's blessings.